About that.
Yeah.
So you're saying Hinduism chronologically came before?
Hinduism, Vedas came most earliest. Indus Valley civilization. Vedas came the earliest.
Okay, so what did they believe?
They believed in what do they believe? They believe in when they came. They believed in worship of animals, which was not done by in certain religious facts. Worship of animals and of course, love for everybody.
Wasn't there the idea of worshipping God alone in ancient Hinduism? I'm just asking out of
There
curiosity.
was one God. God was in every animal, fire, wood, sun, everything. That was the way it came earlier.
So my question is, I've heard this. I just want to. I'm assuming you're Hindu. Are you Hindu?
Yeah.
Okay. My understanding is Hinduism.
I'm a Buddhist.
You're Buddhist, okay. So my understanding is Hinduism, it wasn't really a religion until much later, during the time of the British or around thereabouts.
Never. Much British, nothing. Much way before.
I'm getting confused. Are you
No,
speaking
no.
about Buddhism or Hinduism?
No, Buddhism came out of Hinduism. Buddhism came out of Hinduism.
Okay.
Hinduism came out of Indus Valley. Vedas, out of Indus Valley, Vedas came. The Vedas gave birth to Buddhism. Vedas.
So does...
Rig Veda.
Okay. We may disagree about the historical chronological order where they came from. We believe the first human being, like Mansur said, was given Islam. However, whether something is older or younger, it doesn't affect the truth value.
Yeah, it doesn't. Because the fact of the matter is, what we in Buddhism say, I'm not about forget the history, forget it.
Okay.
Your Quran says, my Gita says, or maybe Bible says something else, forget that. What I'm saying, the power of Nam Miho Renge Kyo, when you do that, you say the word Nam Miho Renge Kyo, like I'm sure the Quran you must have certain words as well. It's a rational, when you show the effect now, you will see the results of that in front of you right now. You say the word, you remove the bad karmas in your life, you would get the effect of whatever you really wish for.
So just before I do anything like that, in Buddhism, what do you believe about God? Because before I look at and practice, I have to look at theology, what they believe. What do you believe exactly?
Okay, now there are many kinds of Buddhism first.
Right.
Many kinds of Hinduism, many kinds of Muslim also, right? So I believe in Nammyo Rangyo, which is done by a Japanese monk, Nichiren Daishonin.
Right.
18th century, 19th century, sorry, 1856. So he believes what other religions also, I'm sure, believe in. God is in everybody, Buddha is in everybody. You got to respect everybody. You got to love everybody. You don't know no disrespect to nobody. If somebody hates you, it's not because they hate you, because you direct the environment around you. How you respect, how you treat people.
But I'm still a bit...
If I'm aggressive, you'll be aggressive back with me.
No. That's about
Yeah.
normative ethics.
Yeah.
We're not talking about how you behave.
Yeah.
We're talking about theologically, do you believe God is in everything?
Buddhism, yeah.
Okay, we believe God is not in everything. We believe God created everything, but God is not inside the creation. Like, what makes you think, like, that tree, does that tree have God inside it?
Buddhism believes, what I follow, so people have, every living person, living thing has God in it. But Buddhism originally, under Lord Buddha, says God is in every sentient or non-sentient thing. Sentient, non-sentient means non-living. Yeah?
Okay, so just a question on that. Sorry, what's your name?
Aditya.
Vitya.
Yeah, Aditya.
Aditya.
Vitya.
Aditya?
Yeah.
Aditya.
So the question to you, my friend, is before the universe, if the universe is God, then where was God? Because there must have been a point that the universe didn't exist. So if God is in everything, how can there be a point in which there was no God?
What they're trying to say, God is the universe. Everything in the universe is God. What is God?
But the God...
God is not a person.
Sure.
It's not a
sorry to interrupt, but the universe had a beginning.
Yeah.
God doesn't have a beginning. You see?
Buddhism, universe never was the beginning. it's the birth and rebirth. It's from all time, ages to come. It's always there. It was never not there. The universe was always there.
But you know,
There are
philosophically,
different forms.
sure, but philosophically it doesn't make sense that the universe always existed. Philosophically, that's an absurd idea.
Maybe about 5,000 years from now, when your successors see this universe, they will see a different prism. Everything will be different, you know. It won't be the same what we see now.
Look, but scientific progress or our successors, they don't change fundamental facts about metaphysics. These are facts which, from the ancient Greeks to today, we agree.
They will evolve. With artificial intelligence coming in, everything will evolve. New ideas will come, metaphysics, things. But what I'm trying to say,
Okay, so
my point is forget the history.
but can I make a small point? Can I make a small point? 1 + 1 is 2 is a mathematical and a philosophical fact. It's a philosophical and mathematical fact. That will not change due to future technology. Do you agree with me?
I agree with you.
Yeah. Likewise, the idea that the universe always existed is philosophically absurd despite the technology of the future.
Do you know why? Do you know why this is the case?
When I say, when Richard Buddhism says universe started from the mantra, the chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
The universe started.
Yeah. If you see that, the proof for the pudding is the pudding itself. What is the pudding here? You say that word, the more times you say it, you will see the effect. Now, it is effect, you will see the result in front of you right away. You think, ask for something, say the chant, and you will see the result. You go into this, and you know what I'm talking about.
But what the problem I have with that is every religion will claim the same thing.
What?
So you'll have, for example,
Say for 5 minutes.
no.
Let's say for 5 minutes.
No,
Figure it.
okay.
They don't
No,
say
listen.
They don't.
Okay, but I just want to give you a small example. In our theology, we believe the effect of something does not lead to the truth of that thing. I'll give you an example. We as Muslims, we believe in the Antichrist. What's known as Dajjal or Antichrist in Christianity. He will tell the sky to rain, it'll rain. But just because he has supposed power doesn't mean he's God. So even if I say this chant of yours, it doesn't lead to the truthfulness of Buddhism. Do you see?
Fair enough, then we can always contradict each other's theories. Then no, you will have your own theory, I will have my own theory.
Can you clarify one thing
If I
though?
can prove it
Did
now-
the universe have a beginning, start, or did it always exist?
Always existed. Always was.
So when you just said it had a start,
No, it started from Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. There always was different forms. At one point it started from Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, but always was there.
if it was always there, then the question of start doesn't make any sense.
Time without beginning.
The universe is always there. And is God that universe?
Sorry?
Or he's the creator of the universe, according
God
to
is the universe.
Hmm?
God is the universe.
God is the universe.
Yeah.
So God is the universe, he was always there.
Yeah.
And he has volition,
Sorry?
he has will. Did he will for that transformation to happen?
Look, I cannot answer those questions. What he will, I'm not God.
No, I'm not asking you to
I am
answer
God,
it.
you are God.
I'm asking you to answer on behalf of God's guidance, scripture, revelation. That's where this matter will be settled, right? Without any kind of dispute. So what does God say in Buddhism in terms of this issue? Does he have a will?
What issue? What?
Does God have a will? Did he will for the transformation of the universe to be like this? Did he will for the cycle of life and death and rebirth and regenerations, reincarnation? Did he will?
Okay, now,
Or is it beyond his
Buddhism
ability and will?
Buddhism I follow hasn't gone into history specifics
Talk about
of all this.
the Buddhism you follow.
Yeah. So we haven't gone into specifics of all this. Buddhism I follow talks about there will be a latter day of the law, which is now, where everybody will, humans will go for each other. They will malice, hatred towards each other. Nobody will like, no love. So you got to spread the Buddhist ideas amongst people, which is saying, respect everybody around you, and greet everybody.
I understand.
with full
I understand.
respect. Each and every person is so important for you.
Fundamentally, there's a problem there. It's like, with no disrespect to Tablighi Jamaat, right? You can have a program of reform of some kind, of reform, bringing people in the masjid, bringing people in and no enmity, no hatred. But fundamentally, you have to deal with some fundamental questions. The question I asked you about, does God have a will? Did he will this universe to have a cycle of life and death, rebirth and regenerations and so on and so forth? Or is that beyond him? Did he apply the karma in this universe, or karma is independent of him?
Oh, interesting. That's a good question.
Yeah, good question. So, karma, look, like I said, I haven't gone into specific of how the universe came into the birth and all that stuff. That Nichiren Darshan doesn't talk about that.
So it's not really a guidance for humanity. It's only solving a particular, it's only trying to solve certain aspects of human problem, which is people are having greed and enmity and hatred and fire.
Sorry to interrupt. His question, I think, is very important. Could you just rephrase that about karma?
Yeah. Because in Hindu Sanatan Dharma, in Sanatan Dharma,
answer that question. I can't.
yeah, in Sanatan Dharma as well as in Buddhism, the idea is there's karma there. The karma is some kind of a law that exists in which what you sow is what you're going to reap. Yep. So whatever you do, you will see the consequence. I'm saying, where did that law come from? Did this law exist independently? You're talking about law, remember?
Yes.
Is this law applied independently without an applier? Someone who applies it? Is it independent of God? Is God independent of karma, or did he instill and instigate the law of karma? Buddhism and Hinduism, as far as I know, doesn't talk about God applying and instigating and karma.
Karma, I'll answer that question, the karma. Buddhism says, like God is in everybody. We create our own karmas every day. I walk out of my house, how I speak to you, I shun you when you talk to me, I say, sorry, I gotta go away. That's my karma. I ignored you, I shunned you. That's a bad karma. So when you say that Namya Rangi the chant, you remove the bad karmas in this world, opens the path for you, spiritual path for you to move ahead. I will study a lot. I won't be able to go through my exams. The other guy next to me sitting will study a bit, but he gets through faster than me. Why? So his karmas are working for him. Mine are not. The spiritual, again, your spiritual is through Islam.
You're explaining the process. I'm trying to understand the principle behind the process. For example, we have something called the laws of entropy.
One second. Okay, one second. I've got 5 minutes. If you don't
No
mind.
problem.
I'm sorry. I will leave in 5 minutes.
No problem.
So
If you come back again, we can continue the discussion.
Yeah.
No problem. I've been coming here for many years, so I expect to come in future if God gives me the health and the life and so on. So right.
Definitely, why not?
No problem, Aditya. So there is something called the laws of entropy. Everything goes towards disorder. Now, it's something that we have to ask. Where does that law come from? Why is there this law that everything is going to disorder? Who put it there? Just like we have in our cells, I was speaking to a gentleman earlier called Peter, program cell death. In our DNA, there's a program that cells should die. It didn't just happen.
Cancer.
There is a program that is there.
Cancer.
A program by a programmer, a designer. So if there is a law of karma, is God the one who instigated or applied? Because Hinduism, as far as I know, Sanatan Dharma, as well as Buddhism, they don't talk about where karma comes from. Who is the one in control of karma? That's the problem. In Islam, Aditya.
We are.
No. I'm saying the principle. The laws of physics, for example, where did it come from?
I'll get your point.
No, Aditya.
I'm asking that question.
No, listen to me. Listen to me. The laws of physics is there being applied in this world. Yeah? The laws of physics are being applied. That's why we're able to make a jacket and your phone and so on and so forth. Without the laws of physics, you would not be able to. The question is, who put the laws of physics there and who is applying it? Likewise, karma. Do you have anything from the Buddhist scripture saying, I am the owner of karma, I am the designer of karma, I am the one who put the karma as a law?
I get your point.
Consequences of karma.
I get your point. I get your point.
Of karma.
And the consequences. Yeah.
Consequences, you know, the Buddhist scripture what says, there's no one person who's saying that. Buddha is not sitting there, I'm the one who's starting. Karma is in you. You are the one creating your karmas every day, every minute, every time. He says, don't take me as God.
Can I stop doing the karma?
Let me finish that. He says, don't take me as God.
Okay.
You are better than me. Your God. What is God? You will discover yourself. Don't go by what I say.
Fine.
Don't read my scriptures. Follow. How did I come into being? Because I discovered it myself. You are better than me. Work at it. You will discover better than me, and you will be better than me.
Can I stop applying karma and say karma law doesn't exist?
Sorry?
Can I stop? Can I go against karma?
Why not? You can.
So the karma is not
You
in.
can go against him by doing all the wrong things in the world.
No. If I do wrong,
Yeah,
my consequence is not going to be good, right?
definitely not.
That's the law of karma.
That's-
Now, can I stop that law of karma? Like someone does wrong and nothing happens to him. Good things happen to him. The opposite.
I don't believe that should happen.
Okay. So
I won't
so,
try it.
so now
I won't risk
so
it.
you're
I won't risk it.
it's not risking it. So now you realize, you understand that there is this law is a universally applicable law independent of God. That's the problem.
So what you're trying to say is, what you're trying to say
In Islam, God is in control of everything. He is the one who gives laws and puts laws and applies laws.
So when you say karma, so if I go murder somebody, nothing will happen to me. That's what you're trying to say. Worst case scenario. If I'm a thief, I'm a murderer, I'm a dacoit, you know.
But in your next life, something will happen to you, right?
Huh?
You can get away in this life.
No. This life. Buddhism says this life now.
You will get the consequences.
You will get consequences. What you do? Nothing. Forget about the next life.
So every murderer is punished.
In this life.
We see many murderers not being punished. So Buddhism has a theology which is not really practical, because there are many criminals, they commit crimes and they get away with it and they die like kings and wealthy and rich. It's reality. There are many Brazilian drug lords, they kill so many people and no one can touch them.
We don't know what kind of life.
And they have a nice retirement.
What sickness they have, what ailments they have.
No, they're just
what
like...
family problems
So
they
can I
have.
just say one thing?
The family suffering, wives, children,
Look,
attacking each other.
You know
No.
Newton's laws,
Yeah.
we can use them, we can harness them to go to the moon or do different things, design vehicles. He's asking, where did the laws come from? You just keep...
I know though.
Yeah.
I got this point. I'm saying, again, I've answered that 3-4 times also. Again, last time, before I leave, I'm going to answer.
Because yeah.
Buddhism doesn't
Leave when
speak-
you have to, right? We're not stopping you. Leave when you have to.
Darshan doesn't speak about where it came from. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't speak about that. Buddhism speaks about it. Hinduism speaks about it, which resulted in Buddhism. And Buddhism came to India, went away from India. Then this guy in Japan started teaching Darshan. So he doesn't speak about Rig Veda, speak about, he says, came from Shiv, God, came from Ram, Bhagwan, you know what?
But you know, I think the issue here is theology comes before ethics. You are trying to speak about ethics without theology.
You're talking
They're
different
linked,
aspect.
they're linked to each other.
Yeah, you're talking a different aspect, I'm talking a different aspect. So that's why...
No, but we're saying your aspect, our friend, is missing the background information.
I've told you the back, I've given you the background information. Nitin Darshanin came from Buddhism. Buddhism came from Hinduism. Hinduism came from Vedas. Vedas answer this question for you. So
Veda does not even answer the question who created this universe.
It does.
If you read
It does.
No. I can.
Shiv God.
No. Vedas say,
Hinduism says that.
in the Rig Veda, there's a shloka, very clearly, mantra shloka. It tells you about the universe, who created, is it created by God? It says, who knows? It's an agnostic position.
Okay,
It
now-
doesn't tell you God created it.
Okay, now-
And that's why a person of critical thinking would say Vedas cannot be from God,
You know what
cannot be a
Hinduism-
divine guidance.
You know what Hinduism believes in? I've come from there right now. That's my past is gone. Finished. I know Islam says that or not. Hinduism says that. I walked. What is over is done. What is important is now. What's going to ahead, future, nobody knows. Then good, bad, ugly, anything. Think, focus on your present. What's happened is happened. So they don't talk about the past. They will tell you about the past. The past has nothing to do with.
Whence, I'm going to read the scripture of Veda. Whence all creation had its origin, and then can you leave, yeah? The Creator, whether He fashioned it or whether He did not, the Creator who surveys it from highest heaven, He knows, or maybe He does not know. That's the Veda.
Okay, my friend. Let's not read each other's because you have your own views. I have my own
No,
views.
I'm just
I can
explaining
tell
to
you
you the scriptures,
some
the
Islamic
issues.
You won't believe that also.
Anyway, Aditya, I don't want to keep any longer.
Thank you, sir.
Have you read the Quran?
Huh?
Have you read the
No, I
Quran?
haven't.
It's worth reading the Quran.
No, I haven't. Thank you.
Quran is not a book of philosophy. It's a complete guidance. Like when I asked you about in your darshana,
Okay.
it has some aspects,
Maybe it
the
will
Quran,
start the
complete
best
aspects.
time.
Thank
The
you.
purpose will be start with the
Now you want to read the power nam mein ho renge kyo? You want to read about that?
Tell me.
I'll tell you something. I won't read it because in my religion it teaches me not to take on the practice of another, but I want to read where it came from.
We appreciate
And
good
what's
things
the
in other
evidence for it?
scriptures. Yes. Yes.
Okay, now
We appreciate.
Buddhism doesn't say not to practice. It says you can practice what you want. I'm a Hindu, but I can believe in Buddhism. I can practice. My Muslim and Christian friends also do Buddhism. So Buddhism has nothing conflict with nobody. It's not a religion, by the way. It's a faith. Buddhism is a faith.
But Islam it excludes other practices. It's different.
Yeah, it's a religion. Islam is a religion.
Yeah.
End of all, the first step is religion. From there, spirituality is the most important thing. Spirituality where you don't believe in. This takes you to the path of spirituality.
I think that's a false dichotomy.
You
I
don't
think they're
believe,
linked.
you don't believe in that?
No, I believe there's a false dichotomy
Buddhism
between
is
spirituality and
spirituality.
religion.
Islam has spirituality
So-
as well the practical
Yeah,
aspects of our
Guidance
life.
for the
Both.
Yeah.
spirituality.